Keep with it, don't give up, don't lose faith, I love you. Okay, this one I've not read yet. This person would like to remain anonymous, so I'm gonna name her Nancy. So this is from Nancy. Hey Shanny, hi. I'm not your normal follower, but I wanted to share my story. I'm a 48-year-old mother of a 15-year-old recovering anorexic. My story is obviously from the parent's perspective, but it is truly the scariest thing I've ever been through with my child. My child's father and I divorced when she was 4 years old. He was very critical of me and my weight during our marriage. So I was worried that this would carry into his relationship with his daughter, and by the age of 12, it did. She spends her summers with him. She went that summer having her baby fat still in tow. She didn't eat super healthy, but I knew that at some point she was going to grow and her body had lots of changes to still go through. When I saw her at the end of the summer, I couldn't believe it. She was 18 pounds lighter and obsessed with her eating. She lost an additional 15 during the first 2 months of school, and I was in a panic. I started looking everywhere for what I needed to do to help her. I am in the medical field, so I knew what I was up against. I took her to the pediatrician, and although her weight was low, she was still on the growth chart as normal due to her height. Ugh. This was infuriating to me. Me too, I don't even know her, and me too. Of course, as you know, I have seen in your videos, it's not the weight, it's the behaviors that are the problem. Every food was measured, every day was water, water, water. Her meals were at exact times. It was obsessive to the highest. We lived in a small town, so it was hard to get information or support here. I found you on YouTube and started watching to understand what was going on, and you made me feel so much better. Aww! I know in these stories you are not looking for compliments, but you literally changed our lives. She was unable to, oh, I'm getting emotional. My camera just died right in the middle of that. That's fantastic. Anyway, as I was saying, she was unable to continue her sport due to other factors, but this ended up being a great thing. Of course, exercise at home became obsessive then, but then there was a turning point. We, her stepdad and I, told her that she needed to get help. Parents of other students at school were calling me concerned about her lack of eating. Teachers expressed concern. I can't pinpoint the change down to one thing, but I can tell you that my education through your information helped me be a supportive yet firm parent regarding her issues. She slowly started to eat again. The exercise has continued, and there are still some obsessive and anxiety-prone moments with that we are still trying to work through. She is now a healthy, beautiful 15-year-old with normal struggles. She isn't perfect with her internal dialogue, but she is able to share that with me and talk to me about her worries. That's about it. I just wanted you to know that you were my education, and I cannot say thank you enough for your channel and your honesty, for telling the real truth about such an uncontrollable issue at times. I love you and Danny. Thanks. If by chance you read this, please do so anonymously. You're just made my whole day. Oh my gosh. I have nothing to say. I feel very honored that you feel that way. I feel great, but I'm most of all just proud of you guys. I'm proud of her, proud of you. I'm proud of the way you handled it. This could not have been easy. That's one thing that I don't know anything about. I don't know what it's like to be a mother of a child with an eating disorder. And the fact that you did everything possible. You did everything possible. Like, what a freaking rock star mom you are, that you took the time and tried helping her, and you knew you couldn't, and so you reached out for other help, and then you even found a crazy girl online that could help you understand. Who knew? You went to every lengths that you could to find help for her. Like, that makes me want to cry alone, because it's like, you know, I get so many stories about, oh my gosh, my mom contributed to my eating disorder because she made me feel this way, or she would tell me I was too fat, she would tell me I need to lose weight, or she would always pick on her own weight in front of me and make it seem like it's the most important thing in the world. But, and she doesn't care if I'm sick. She thinks I'm faking it. She thinks that mental illness is a joke, like we just heard from Elle. So like the fact that you not only reached out to professionals and you were conversing with her school and teachers and friends and students, and that you went out searching for extra help on the internet, like, that just blows my mind, and I'm so proud of you as a mother. That right there is a mother. That right there is the epitome of a great mother, and I hope that you're proud of yourself, because you should be. And maybe she'll tell you someday, maybe she already has, but I guarantee you that that means more to her than you'll ever know. And someday, if she hasn't already, she's going to thank you for actually saving her life, for giving her life and then saving it again. And you're a beautiful human, and I'm very, very proud of you. So I just needed to tell you that. So, and then if your daughter's watching, I want her to know that I'm so proud of her. Like, sweetie, the fact that you are willing to help yourself and do it because you know that you've got a beautiful heart, and you've got a reason to live, and you've got so much in your future, and you sound like a really smart, thoughtful girl, and I bet that you're just so much fun, and I bet you're so beautiful. No matter how you look, you're just so beautiful, I can tell, and I'm sure you look beautiful too, but whatever. Anyway, but I love you, and I'm proud of you, and you stay on this track because, girl, you were brave enough to do what most of us couldn't do, which was to accept and try to get help as early as possible, and you did that, and I'm so proud of you. Like, I wish I had your strength back then, but I didn't, and the fact that you did that just saved your entire life, so I'm so proud of you. Of course, you're not perfect. Of course, things aren't going to be perfect forever, and of course, you're going to struggle here and there, and you might feel these things again here and there, but you've proven that you're strong enough to beat it, and so you can do it again. I know you can, and I'm so freaking proud of you. I love you both. Thank you for sending in your story. Okay, this one didn't say whether or not I could say their name, but their Twitter name is Alzabar. I don't think that's their real name. If it is, that's kind of a cool name. I don't even know what that's from, but that's kind of cool. But I'm gonna name you Sue because I will not remember Alzabar because I don't even know what that is. So this is from Sue. Hi, Shanny. Hi. Love you and thank you, by the way. I've struggled with bulimia for 14 years. I remember my first day of binging and purging. I was 13. It was my first day of high school. 13 was your first day of high school? Were you like way ahead of your class? I guess they do things differently in Utah too. For us, high school started at 10th grade. So 10, 11, 12 was high school. So like junior high was 7, 8, 9, and then high school was 10, 11, 12. Is that weird? I don't know. Anyway, I remember my first day of binging and purging. I was 13. It was my first day of high school. I was teased for the way I dressed. Food was always my support and my comfort growing up, but for some odd reason, that day I decided not only did I dress weird, but my body was gross. I loved the way the purge felt. It became a slowly then quickly vicious cycle. I tried changing myself so much so boys and people could like me. Every thought in my head was constantly negative. Throughout high school, I was able to get away with my bulimia because I wasn't thin or even skinny. Are you telling my story? What's happening? Like, we're twins. I finally saw result from bulimia senior year of high school from starvation and trying to be perfect for my boyfriend. What the heck? Are you literally telling my story? This is creepy. That's just bizarre that we have like the exact same story. After a breakup that happened right after high school, my bulimia and binging got worse and worse. After a few years of sleeping around and feeling depressed because this is not what I wanted and I felt I was going nowhere with my life, I turned to drugs. Somewhere in this mix, I was diagnosed with type 1 diabetes, of course, a disease food related. Ugh. So I became even more depressed and did more drugs. I got fired from jobs and dropped out of school. I met my soon-to-be soulmate through this mess. He was the first person who questioned the fact that I happened to get so sick to my stomach all the time. A few years later, I got pregnant with his child, which saved me and helped me get my act together. I was the happiest when I was pregnant. After having my wonderful son and failing to breastfeed, depression and anxiety hit hard. I then saw a psychiatrist to get on some antidepressants. After doing so, I became obsessed with constantly working and the way I looked. I dropped 65 pounds in 3 months. Granted, some was pregnancy weight, but my bulimia was at its all-time worst. My teeth were rotting, I was covered in bruises, I was extremely nutrient deficient, but I couldn't stop. I was abusing laxatives, I was taking so many diet pills. My other half started to question me more and more and more, and wanted to help. So I just became sneakier. It wasn't until a few months later when my son turned 1, I realized he was copying me and sticking his finger down his throat. And that's where something clicked that I had to stop. It wasn't until a struggling for 4 years I finally stopped. I now have gained that weight back and then some from binging and not purging. I've been in a psych ward and got a proper diagnosis of bulimia, body dysmorphia, depression, and anxiety. I am now a lot more open about my experiences and my mental health. I try each day to be stronger and have found medications that truly work for me. I have found an amazing therapist. I hope to go one day where weight doesn't cross my mind, and it's the biggest struggle. But this support has helped me so much, and my advice to everyone is to keep pushing and surround yourself with amazing support. My other half, best friends, and father have been extremely supportive, and I'm so thankful for them. Wow, you are a rock star. How are you breathing? You're amazing. Thanks for sharing this with us. You really opened up a lot, and I'm proud of you for doing that. I'm proud of you for taking these struggles now and sharing them just like this, and like you said, sharing them in your life and talking about it. Man, when you talk about your son sticking his finger down his throat, whoa, like, that's like one of my worst fears. Like, if I were to ever get pregnant and then I have a baby, I know I'd be okay during pregnancy because I would do whatever I could to keep that baby safe. But after, I would be worried again. I would be like, well, am I gonna fall back again? And if so, am I gonna be teaching my child? So like the fact that, like, in my opinion, that you shared that, I think is just really tells a lot about your character, and that you're a very honest and loyal person. And he is lucky to have you as a mom, let me tell you what. And your partner is lucky to have you as a partner. And I'm lucky to have you as a friend. And we're lucky to have you in this community. And I'm so grateful that you shared your story and that you're leading by example, even though you've been through some really hard stuff. And I'm sure you're still going through it. So you're amazing. You've definitely inspired me. So I'm sure you've inspired many people in the comments below. So thank you, Sue, or Alzabar, for your story. I appreciate it. And I'm sure a lot of other people did too. I'm super proud of you. Thank you so much. Okay, so if you would like to connect with any of the people whose stories I read, use the names given in the description below. If it's anonymous, use the names that I use. The first one, I already forget. Oh, the first one was Elle. The second one, the mom, was Nancy. That's not her name, but I named her Nancy. And then this one was Sue, or Alzabar. So if you happen to connect with any of those stories, feel free to leave a comment, and then it's up to them if they want to connect with you and try to help you, or just find another buddy that you can talk to if you've been through similar things. That's kind of the best thing that's come out of this whole series, is people finding other people that struggle with what they're going through. And then they can connect with these people and talk about it and help each other even further and share their experiences with each other even further. Like, people are loving this, and I'm not surprised because I'm loving this. This is my favorite thing I've ever done on the internet. And it's because of you guys. It's because it's about you. That's probably why I love it. Because I love you guys a little more than I love myself. I'm not gonna lie, let's be real. I'm gonna love you like this forever. I love you and this family more than I'll ever be able to put into words. And by the way, a lot of you have been asking, once I do come back for myself and stop this series, because I'll be coming back for myself and doing what I used to do for myself, and I'll let you know more about that later. I'm pretty close to getting my plan in motion, so I'll let you know very soon. But until then, I'm going to continue to do this every day. But a lot of you were asking if we could do this still, even after I come back, and yes, we can. So I think I'm going to pick one day a week where we're going to do this. So like maybe Fanny Fridays, or I haven't decided yet what day, but yes, there will be a day from here on out. So if your story doesn't get read in this series that's just about this, stay tuned, because I will be doing this once a week forever, because we have so many amazing stories, and I really do want to share as many as I possibly can. So, okay, I love you guys, and I'll see you tomorrow for another video. And remember forever and always that you are beautiful, you are worth it, and I am too. Thank you for watching. Bye!